My belief is, if I pull those old videos out after some of those changes, I would see that this stance is wider than, it was gone back a little bit too wide again, I think, for an 8-iron. And that can cause some geometry problems. So get just like your feet are just a little bit more underneath you. It'll help you stay on that left side a little easier.
Like that.
Yeah. I think you'll hit them a little cleaner. You still might have some slight pulls in some of the swings. That's all right. It's a good ball.
Take all of those. Yeah, I watch that.
Definitely started, looked like to be between the sticks. So if it's hooking too much, then it becomes a path issue. That our path vector is too far to the right of our face vector. Right. We need to get that path closer to it. Right now, you're hitting the ball with too much path. If I move that ball further back in your stance, right, that would create even more outward path. The tangent, if this was, here's our arc, right, and we put a tangent, which is right angles to the radius. You know your geometry, right? So in this arc that's coming around, and we're following where the tangent is pointing, the path is very extreme, very extreme, very extreme. Only a few degrees out, zero path, starting to be left, starting to be left, starting to be left. If I sense that your ball position is too far back, that could be one explanation of too much of an outward path. If we move that ball forward, you would then make contact with a less outward path. The other thing I'm seeing you do, and you did it with the 8-iron, you hit them too low. You're not hitting that. You haven't hit one drive with an optimal launch angle. You're just not hitting it high enough. So moving it forward also helps that.
My 8-iron.
Because they're going way too low.
Yeah.
And I think it's because your ball position is too far back.
Too far back?
Too far back. And if you move it forward, you'll hit them higher. And with less curve.
Yeah, I would say that sometimes when my balls used to pop and then roll out 3 feet. Now they're rolling out 20 feet because they're coming in lower.
Coming in lower, but they're not carrying as far.
Right, and they're not going as far.
And the total distance will be less. Okay. So let's go extreme. Let's hit a few. I want you to feel like it's on your left toe. If it's too far, we can pull back. But we're going to really get uncomfortable. I want to get you out of your comfort zone. So you're trying to hit it over the center field fence at Wrigley Park. That's the height I want. Now we just need to get it directed. And obviously, it did not curve left. One process you might want to go, particularly as you're trying to learn a new one. Let's say you want to go between those sticks absolutely in the center of it. You could create a line straight to the ball and then see or maybe reverse. From there, draw a line to your ball and then draw a right angle line back to your feet. If we're going to play it off our big toe, we say, okay, I think my big toe is right on that right angle line. Then step away. So you can set up with the club ball behind the ball, get this right where you want it, doing your best representation and guessing the right angle, and then step away with your right foot only, because the left foot is preset.
Going further than they were too.
Yeah.
I mean, I was hitting 225-yard drives. I'm like, that's when you and I went and played that little 9-hole thing. I hit a 268 or all the way to the end of the fairway was 270, and I hit it right to the end of the fairway. I'm like, man, I'm losing distance.
Yeah, that last one's probably your longest today. Those are a lot better.
Yeah.
And they're just going the same place.
Driver fixed.
Until I get that email. Yeah, you're killing it now.
Yeah, it feels.
So one of the things that we did on your driver was we moved the ball more to your left side. On the left was before we made the change. You're hitting the ball with your pathway was a little bit too far out, causing you to pull hook it some. And or if the club face didn't get timed, you might even block it right because of the ball being too far back. Having a ball too far back in your stance can cause overhooking or block rights, and so that's one of the things that we did. You also hit the ball flight, the launch angle was too low, and so by moving the ball forward more, it does a couple of good things. One, it allows you to hit it higher, so you get a more optimal launch angle. But it also, the tangent of the arc now is only a few degrees off of the target line, as opposed to being something more radical. And so you're going to have less curvature in the golf ball when you have that ball a little bit more forward in your stance. And we did make it's not like 6 inches. It's only 3 or 4 inches that we moved it forward. I can hit that 8-iron again. I'd like to see if we can get that up in the air a bit. That's high. That's a lot higher. That's your best 8-iron.
That's good.
Let's see that hybrid.
Still pushing.
A little bit. That's more of a cut swing, looks like to me.
They're all going the same place.
So forget the sticks on this next one. Let's say you really wanted it to land on the line of the bunker.
Okay.
Then you have to set up more left than what your last few swings have been setting up.
Right.
But you make the same swing. So when you turn your head and look out there, you're looking at a spot that's more left than the spot you were looking at earlier.
Right. But it feels like I'm lining up way left of it to get it there.
Well, walk back here and confirm that.
No. What?
You're still aiming right. But it's more left. What you're telling me, that's more left than what you were doing.
Oh, yeah.
So you were just set up too far right. Your swing direction was too far right. Which is probably what subconsciously created the cut swing. Subconscious mind was saying, hey man, you're really set up way to the right. Let me pull this path to the left a little bit to fix it.
That's right of it.
Which is your setup. It is what it is. That doesn't mean the geometry of your swing direction is going to be that at impact.
Right.
That may be more of an idiosyncrasy than a fundamental as far as your feet are concerned. Ball doesn't care about the foot line at the beginning, only at impact. That looks pretty square to me right there. Yeah, your shoulders are more left than your toes are.
Okay.
It's as if you have your right foot back a little bit to help promote a better, deeper backswing. That started more left. So you actually want to see your ball start almost to the middle of that green, and then see it fade over to the flag. It's almost like you're hitting into a right flag position on a green. You're trying to work the ball towards the flag coming in from the left.
But that's not drawing at all.
No, we're not drawing it right now.
Okay.
And I do want to see you first initiate some wrist hinge
On all my chip shots?
on these little punch shots. I wanted some early wrist hinge in the backswing. We want to come in very steep. We don't want to come in shallow. We want to come in steep. So it's almost like a little downward chop. Very important. There you go. Very nice.
I've got an idea. All right.
Yep.